and I didn't realize that the mute was still on the other thing. Ah, okay, yeah. Well, that's what's going on with me today. Been down with a sore throat, and then I had to watch the grandkids across the street, and they were all sick. And of course, if you watched the exercise video this morning, or I guess it came out around noon, you would have seen that. Oh man! Alrighty, so are you prepared to do what's necessary? And I got cough drops here too. All right. So I put the link up above in the chat. I hope I'm pointing the right way. Yeah. And for those that want to come up here and discuss this, help me discuss this. I got a bunch of questions and stuff and points to go through on the slides here. Oh, other news. Before I jump into that, I actually noticed that on today's exercise video, I actually had ads showing up again. Amazing. And of course, I when I set this one up, this live stream up, I turned off monetization. So I was hoping not to get any but ads popping up on people. And as it said there, Uncle Al said, you know, he got an ad for adult diapers or something. Hey, speaking of which, I need to go in there and say hi to everybody. All right, first one in was Mark at Chef Tech. Second one in was Mark at Mad Chick Acres. Then Walt Rogers. And Walt Rogers figured out, he goes, third, or is it 2.5? All right, Phelan Klein Wolf is here, and he's going to be lurking. CR checked in. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights checked in. Excuse me. Aiden Ears here from across the pond. Kalen Strain is here. Wayne, Becoming Dangerous, is here. Uncle Al's here. Make sure I don't miss everybody. Brenda at Duncan 1900 Homestead is here. Suzanne Gallet is here. Southern Blessed Homestead is here. Hey, Mac and Teresa. Oh, Mac and Patty. See, my mind's screwed up. I was thinking, Mac and Patty. Yeah, got to get it right. Oh, man, I am tired and wore out. I should have taken a nap this afternoon. I was trying to get garden stuff done. Let's see here. Chef Tech says he has toilet paper. All righty, so I caught up, and if I missed anybody, I apologize. All righty, so are you prepared to do what's necessary? I bet most people at first were thinking, oh, he's talking about using pew-pews and on bad guys and stuff. No, I'm not. There's other things that you need to be prepared for to do what's necessary. And that's what I want to talk about. And Lewis is here. It's the Marshmallow Man. So let's go all the way across here. Boom. And take a look at the stuff here. All right. So are you prepared to do what's necessary? Are you prepared to be brutally honest with yourself? Are you prepared to spend the time and energy to do what's necessary? Are you prepared to make a 5 or 10 or 15-year plan, or make all three so you have plans to get prepared for things? Are you prepared to do what's necessary by setting a budget and sticking to it? Are you prepared to get in shape? And I froze. Are you prepared to plant a garden? So I'll just move those all up out of the way. Are you prepared to learn new skills? Are you prepared to learn to process meats? Are you prepared to learn to can foods? Are you prepared to learn to make pasta? Now, with those last three, are you also prepared to get what you need to do it? You know, the pressure canner, water bath canner, canning jars, pasta machine, the saws and knives and tables to process meats. And Skinner Farms came in. Hey, Josh, let's move those up out of the way. Are you prepared to learn more? Are you prepared to make the cutbacks and save money that is necessary for you to get prepared? Utah Mike is in the house. And there's Mark. All right, so with what I have up here right now, are you prepared to be honest with you, or had it originally in the long version, brutally honest with yourself? So many preppers and stuff, and even some beginner homesteaders are, oh yeah, I got all I need, I can do it. Crap, I don't have all I need, but I can still do it. They're not being honest with themselves. You know, you got to be honest with yourself where you're at, what your skill set is, what your knowledge is, and what you're planning to do, and do they all mesh up? If they don't mesh up and you think you're going to do it, you may not be being honest with yourself unless you have a plan in there to take care of your shortfalls and get yourself up to speed. You know, a lot of people say, I can get prepared. I can do it. I don't need to start right now. It'll just take me a little while to do it. Not being honest with themselves, and they're not prepared to actually spend time and energy, because getting prepared is not a sprint. You can't just go out, write a check, and boom, have everything you need. Even Elon Musk is taking time to get his stuff in order. Yeah. All right, make plans. Are you prepared to sit down with you and your circle, whether it's just your family, whether it's your extended family, whether it's your family and friends, whatever it is, sit down, take the time to make plans. Where do we want to be in 5 years? What do we need to do to get there in 5 years? Where do we plan to be in 10 years? What do we do? Oh, Uncle Al put a good one in there. What do we do? Yeah, sorry, I got a squirrel moment there. Yeah, and Uncle Al's right. Where do we want to be in 10 years or 15 years, and what is it going to take to get there? All right, setting a budget. Oh, I don't have to worry about a budget. I'm making enough money. I can just spend what I need, when, where, and everything else. You're going to find out there's going to be expenses that pop up that are unexpected. If you don't set a budget, including a buffer, you're going to find out, oh, crap. Especially if you don't have that buffer, buffer amount of extra savings there for, holy macro, this thing's on sale for 50% off. I've been waiting to get it for the last 5 years. Now it's 50% off, especially since prices are going up. Hey, Prepper 101. Sacrifice now for benefits later. All right, what Kaylin say? Kaylin said, plus what your space inside and outside will allow. Can't do in my apartment what a bigger homestead can do. Yeah. Uncle Al said life insurance. Okay. And the chat's just firing stuff off there. Good. All righty. So, budget. Those of you who've been following me for a while know that when I got married, the staff sergeant, being an accountant as well as being a staff sergeant, said, we need to have a budget. Bam, slammed it down. Because I had a 30-year loan on the house. She goes, we need to be ready to do a bulk payoff on this, or we can get it refinanced into a 15-year loan instead of 30-year loan. And a couple of years later, she got it into a 15-year loan, paying just a few dollars more than what we were paying on the 30-year loan, because she found some place that would give us a lower interest rate. Luis Vega, how's it going? Yeah, buy seeds. That's one of the things you got to do for, yeah. And so, next item, get in shape. How many of you work a desk job or did work a desk job? I did. Yeah, I worked the desk job for about 20 years before I retired. And 18 years of that was at Homeland Security. Yeah. So I was one of the guys at the desk doing all the planning and everything. And, yeah, it took a beating on my body. So, I'm working really hard to try to get back in shape, lose the weight. I really need to lose another 30 pounds or so. And then once I lose that 30 pounds, I need to build the muscle up and keep the weight down by getting rid of the fat. And so, am I doing what's necessary? Well, every day I'm putting out a video of one of my work sessions. One day I put out 2 videos, but I do a video there. So basically it gets me off my butt to make sure I am exercising, and you guys can see what I'm doing and see what I'm going through, so that you guys can do it too. All right, next thing here. Plant a garden. Yes, preppers, plant a garden. Don't listen to those idiots out there saying, oh, all you need to do is have seeds. You don't need to plant a garden now. You can wait until, it's the rule about the world without the rule of law, SHTF, TWACI. You can wait until then to plant a garden, because all you need to do is put the seeds in the ground, water it, and you'll have food. And anyone that has planted a garden know that's nothing but pure BS manure. Unfortunately, it's not the type of manure you can use on the garden to get a better garden. So plant a garden, learn what grows in your area, where you're going to be at. If you have a cabin, vacation, lake place, wherever, some place where you're planning to go to that you already own, in case everything goes south, have you figured out what will grow up there? Have you tried planting certain fruit trees in big, 27-gallon pots, and taking them up there and planted them up there and put stuff around them to protect them from the deer and stuff? Something to think about. Okay, learn new skills. And skills go across the range for anything you can think about. How many like to go hunting? Well, if you go hunting, you probably have some rifle skills and stuff like that, and you probably have some skills for dressing out whatever it is you're hunting. And sometimes you have skills to actually do all the butchering and everything on that. Do you have skills to work on your hunting utensil? Whether it's if you're hunting with a bow or a rifle, do you have the skills to do repairs? Something to think about. And hang on, I get some water here. My throat's getting sore.
Hey, Gil.
Hey, yeah, barely.
Not sure where my microphone is on this computer. Is that better?
It's better.
Okay. I think one of the biggest problems we all have is preparing for what? We don't know what we're preparing for. We're preparing for the multitude of different things that could potentially happen. And I'm not going to start rattling them all off. I've been doing it since, I don't know, I was probably a Cub Scout and started thinking about stuff. Yeah, learn to cook. Obviously, learn to cook. You got to learn. If you just pick up little skills everywhere, and these are life skills, not something you just got to run to the library and pick up a skill. There's just so many potential things that can go through anyone's mind, and we're all different. Everybody lives in a different situation. Everybody works in different types of jobs, and there's just so many things, and it's just tough. You have to try to prepare to do what's necessary for what you're capable of. That's just my bottom personal opinion.
Excellent there, Lewis. What I'm going to be, as soon as I get the shop finished insulated and all the interior walls up and everything, sheeting up and everything for it, I'm going to be reorganizing it and setting it up so I can bring the IBC totes in and out from winter to summer. So I'm planning on having a lemon, a navel orange, I forget the other type of orange that my wife wants to have. And we'll move those indoors and we'll move those outdoors. But yeah, talking about, what are you preparing for? I'm going to address that a little bit more here at the end because I got to think of it. You're right. Everyone thinks it gets overwhelmed thinking, what am I preparing for? Well, we're going to address that here in a minute here. So I got the, I think I bumped it. I think I bumped it one there. Yeah, I think I did bump it one. Yeah, so process, learn, pot, make cans. Yeah, and then learn to learn more, and then make cutbacks and save the money and make the cutbacks. What are the cutbacks I'm talking about? Well, that's the next thing. List everything you can do without. Seriously, people, make a list. I'm just going to go over a few generic things here. Do you need them to figure out if these apply to you or not, or whether there's other things that apply to you that I missed on my lists here? Fluff. I have to put this like this is kind of all encompassing, and that's what we're going to be kind of talking about. A lot of it is fluff. You really don't need it. It's not a survival stuff. So let's see. Dining out, especially the way what's going into the foods at restaurants and stuff. If you want to be healthy, you want to stop dining out. And for what you can pay for at a restaurant, you can probably make 10 or 12 dinners at home for that much, and they'll be healthier dinners. So you'll save a lot of money there. Useless luxuries. Yeah, I got this new watch here. It does this, that, the other. It's gold plated with platinum minute and hour hands inside, and it does all this. Useless. Get yourself a good Timex that can take a licking and keep on ticking. Preferably a wind-up one. And there are other useless luxuries that people get. So think about is what's some of the stuff you're getting a useless luxury just to make you feel good. Uncle Al, I'm getting to that. This one, when I worked at Homeland Security, used to drive me up the friggin' walls. Every 6 months or every time there was a new release of a new variant of the iPhone or the Samsung phones, people were going, the guys were going out and getting a new phone, and they couldn't, for some stupid reason, keep their old number, which is very easy to do when you buy a new phone. They had to go and get a whole new phone number, and then they forget to tell everybody that they got a new phone number. And then we would have to write them up for violating security procedures. Because part of the security procedures is we need to have all employees' numbers in case of an emergency. Or something goes wrong, whatever, if there's a some event going on, if we don't have your number because you changed your phone, you're in deep shit. Pardon my French. Oh, what did Wayne say here? Russian watches have a cool wind-up movements. And they're probably built like tanks, too. All right, next one here. The latest fads, especially prepping fads. Oh, geez. And there's health fads going out right now. One of the latest health fads, if you had any common sense, you realize that it's just the opposite. It is actually an unhealthy fad. And I'm not going to get into that right now because there's plenty of others that are finally ripping it up. So, Channel Scout Swede, welcome in. The latest gadgets. Oh, I need to, hang on, I'm going to change something here. Boom. Yeah, this was good back in the day when I was a youngster, but now I need to get the new one that has a little built-in chainsaw and has a battery pack for it and everything else because it's better. It's new. It's a new gadget, therefore it's better. No, just because it's the latest gadget doesn't mean it's new. And a lot of the new gadgets are cheaply made and break. Fancy clothes. Fancy clothes. I have two suits that I've had for 15 years. Actually, the one I've had longer. One I've had for 32 years. The other one I've had for 15 years, or more, actually more than that. Oh, geez. I've had that one for 25 years. The other one for 35 years. Good shape. I wear them to church. I wear them to weddings. I wear them to funerals. Anything else? I wear Levi's. I wear cotton denim pants, cotton shirts, cotton everything, or wool if it's cold.
So you're not keeping up with the Joneses? Come on, man.
Oh, heck no. I make the Joneses keep back with me. Because I embarrass them with the crap they're doing. So fancy clothes, it's like my wife. When I tried to, when we first got married, I bought her a nice dress. She was trying to, I could tell she was trying to be nice about it. The next year I asked her, do you want to go shopping with me so I can get you the right dress? She goes, no, I don't need any dresses. I got plenty of clothes, and she has a different mindset. She's an accountant. She has a different mindset. And it's actually, and she's in the military. She has a very different mindset that is actually very good. Hey, Steph, how's it going? Idaho Garden Girls in the house. So fancy clothes. You really don't need them. New car. Now, I put an asterisk on this for a reason. Some people, my sister, will lease a car for 4 years, turn it in, and get a new car. Builds no equity up on it, and just turns it over. My Toyota Tundra is a 2006. Do the math. My wife's car. She had a van when my daughter started having babies. She gave her the Toyota minivan, and her mom decided she needed a little 4-wheel drive. It's like it's one of those little sporty small 4-wheel drives, because hey, all her kids are grown up, and so she got something that she would be able to drive around no matter what the weather is and be able to get there. So she gave my wife her Buick. So, and that's been 5 years ago, and that Buick was probably 8 years old at the time. Oh, okay, I'm missing some things here. Hang on, let's go back here. Okay, so Wayne says this, yeah. Yeah, I have some older Carhartt shirts that I bought several years ago. I mean, there's, I'm still wear them occasionally. You know, unfortunately, the one's green and I can't wear it up when I'm using the green screen, which I forgot to do today. Got to pull the green screen down, turn it on. And she can't get a car because she doesn't drive. Unless it comes with a driver, she's not interested.
I think the biggest problem with new cars these days is nobody can fix them. You have to take it somewhere to get it fixed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. I'm actually I'm trying to hunt down an old friend of mine who after my mom died, her place was gone, and I was keeping some vehicles over there, so I had to get rid of them. One was a 1965 Dodge 1-ton Power Wagon with a custom bed on it, and had 55, 22, and 250-gallon tanks on it. So,
you got to get that back.
Yeah. But it's a two-seater. That's it.
Yeah, but you got a bed. You can throw a whole bunch of people back there temporarily.
It's a flatbed. So I can put steak sides on it. Yeah. Hey, Chipper 66, how's it going? All right, so pretty much caught up on all those things. So let's get on. So the new car. All right, so yeah, my car. How old my cars are. We also have a 2004 Corolla sitting as a backup in California, just in case. Right now, I'm trying to get hold of my friend Gary and get that Dodge back. We're talking with Curtis across the street here to keep an eye out for a nice 4-wheel drive that is older, basically pre-smog, that basically you have the distributor with and then a voltage regulator, and that's it. Yeah. Oh, I just okay, it's fixed. Something that's 4-wheel drive, so in the wintertime I can use it. In the summertime, I don't need a 4-wheel drive, so I would just keep on using the Tundra until it falls apart. So, but some people do have a problem where they have something happens and they need to get a new car. Does it have to be a brand new car, or can it be a new to you car? I missed out on a truck before I got the Tundra. 3 months before that, I missed out on going to a auction where I could have picked up, for what I paid for that Tundra used, I could have picked up an F550 crew cab that was part of the East Bay Parks Regional Park District fleet that they got rid of because it was it had a dual battery system on it, and for some reason it kept killing the batteries. I knew exactly what it was because our company had one, and it was the battery isolator had shorted out, and it would pull both sides and kill them. But anyways, I missed out on that because I didn't get a chance to go to that auction, which I was planning to go to. And some auctions, you can pick up some decent cars or trucks really cheap. Next thing here, fancy vacations. When my wife and I first got married, we went on 3 fancy vacations. One was actually our honeymoon, and we went up up the coast to the redwoods and stayed at a bread and breakfast up there for several days. Rode the skunk train, toured, saw the sights and stuff, and that was our first vacation together. Other than going camping. Our next one, we went down to Disneyland and spent a week at Disneyland. The one after that, we went because my mom wanted us to go with it, and there was a family thing going on. My brother had set it up. So it was my brother, my mom, my wife, and me were going to Disney World. And then my sister and her husband, scraped together enough money to go too. And those were our fancy vacations. From then on, it was either camping or taking vacation time and staying home and puttering around the house, catching up on stuff we needed to do, but we couldn't because we were working so much. And Mary Beth Smith is in the house, lurking and listening. That's perfectly fine. So vacations, I mean, it's like, and then once we bought the property in 2016, when we brought the property across the street, our vacations was coming up here working on it. And until I retired, then I came up here full time. And then my wife takes vacation time up here. And then when they call her and stuff, she goes, I'm back on the clock. And then she, while she's up here, she does some work and she goes, all right, I'm off the clock. And she charges them while they're on vacation. But it's like, we don't need to go on a ship cruise. We don't need to go to the Virgin Islands or to Hawaii or to Paris, France. Actually, I wouldn't go to Paris, France if you gave me everything paid for to go to Paris, France. Hey, checked off. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, we figured out that vacations was pretty much, spending money to go someplace else other than camping was a waste of time. Camping wasn't a waste of time because we honed our skills, fishing, our tracking skills, our rifle skills. Because usually where we went camping it was a scout camp there, and usually it was off season. So we had the full use of the rifle range. Here's the next one. And Wayne, don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me, Wayne. New guns. Now, SHOT Show 2024 just concluded. I've been watching all the videos from SHOT Show, and some of the stuff coming out, I can just see people going, ooh, I got to have that. I got to have that one. That's new. I got to have that one. That's new. There's only one thing I wanted from SHOT Show, and I can't get it because they were just demonstrating what it was. It was being made by the one company for over in Europe for several militaries and law enforcement agencies on a pump action shotgun with a magazine fed. And it's only military right now. So, but so new guns, hey, I still have my Smith & Wesson Model 28 end frame 357 revolver, and it shoots just as good as it did the day I got it. And I can outshoot most people with the latest, fanciest semi-auto pistols with that thing. And they got their, they can put their 15-round magazine or the 19-round magazine or the 25-round magazine in it. And and whatever they're shooting at, I can kill it better because I only have to put one bullet in each target, not try to put 2 or 3. And then I have my first rifle, which is a 22 Remington 22, the nylon 66, works just fine. I can put bullets in target, dead center, 7 days a week. There are some new ones, but I haven't bought one. I've been waiting to get the 112 gauge shotgun I wanted to get from before I was married because I just can't bring myself to spend the money on it. It had a 12-shot banana clip, and it was pump action.
So for like new guns, gadgets, things, if I were to have a multitude of platforms, I would probably, you know what I'm saying, I would probably choose to have different platforms that used like the same size round. That way you have multitude of things, but you don't have to worry about, okay, I can't get this one, or this one's $10 a round, or this one's $2 a round. Just a whole lot of different platforms for, things far away, things semi-close, and things close up, but all use the same round or even maybe magazine, which would make sense if I were to be that type of person.
Hey, Jeremy. Yeah, Wayne, we got to get together and do a live stream on what to buy that's built to last for life. All right, my platforms are 22s. I have my daughter and I each have a pistol that's a revolver, the Heritage, that we can swap out from the 22 to the 22 Magnum. Easy peasy. Next thing I have up is the Ruger Mini 14. 223 and 5.56. Got a 30-30. Got both a rifle and a pistol for the 30-30. Multiple platforms there.
You got the 30-30 pistol. I'm sorry, I had to interrupt. You bought the BFR 30-30 pistol? No? Who else makes one?
Oh, I bought mine, and they still make it. I bought mine 38 years ago. Thompson Center. Of course, back then it was called Thompson Contender.
Makes a 30-30 pistol?
Yep.
I saw one once, and I really wanted it, but the grip was so small. I'm like, why? How could you?
Well, I got it down here under the table, but I'm not going to show it here.
No, don't show it.
But
you show me privately later.
It's got basically comes a screwdriver. Unscrew the wooden foregrip, pop the pen out, put the 3220 barrel on it, pop the pen out, put the 4570 on it, pop the pen out. That's the Thompson Center, interchangeable barrels.
Alrighty.
So if you're doing one thing, you can change up for whatever the situation is. If we're going, okay, I'm hunting coyotes, or I'm hunting bears, I'm hunting Kodiaks. If I'm hunting Kodiaks, I'm going to take the MX 109 20 millimeter rifle.
Okay.
So I'm so I got 30-30s, 57s. Got rid of my 9 millimeters pistols, Smith & Wessons. If I go to a semi-auto pistol, I'm going to go with the Glock 29 small frame because it fits my hand better, and you can get the bigger stack magazines for it, and you can get the interchangeable barrels that are threaded and stuff for all the nice accessories that can go on a threaded barrel. All right, so guns are and the last time I bought a gun, was before I got married 35 years ago. And some guys are out there going, blasphemy, you haven't bought a gun in 35 years? Well, I got like 10 guns. How many can I carry at one time? I have enough for me, my wife, both of my boys, and my daughter. Of course, now she has her own gun and stuff. And then I also got the bow. We have the bows, the compound bows. We can only carry so much stuff. But yeah, so 22 is my main one, is one of my main calibers. 357, 30-30. I got 45-70 here because my son's bought two 45-70 rifles and 12 gauge shotgun. I got several 12 gauge.
Great for trade, and if you want to do something if you have 12 gauge ammo.
Yeah.
People love 12. Everybody's got a 12 gauge. Well, not everybody,
but getting back to this, I don't buy all the new stuff. I've seen stuff I've drooled over and I wrote it down on a wish list. And about 6 months later, no, I really don't want it. It looked good. It really, there are very few guns that are on there that a new gun I want to get. And the one is the Barrett XM109. The 20 millimeter. I would love to get one of those because that is listed as an anti-material round. All right, next thing up here. Oh, went the wrong way. Going out to the movies. My wife and I cut back going out to the movies because when the prices got above the matinees got above $3 matinees, because we used to go to the matinees, cheap matinees on Wednesdays. $3 matinee. When it got above $3, we stopped going. We just wait until it came out on DVD, and then we'd buy the DVD and we'd watch it 3 or 4 times and put it on the shelf, and then we'd pull it out again a couple of years later and watch it again. It was so much cheaper. And now the price of going to the movie, you can buy the combo pack, DVD, Blu-ray, and digital for the price of one person going to a movie. It's like, geez. Hey, Laura, how's it going? All right, so going out to movies, it's and plus if you now with the TV screens getting bigger and bigger and bigger, of course that's something else. Do you really need a 120-inch TV screen?
That's a luxury.
That's a luxury. That's a useless luxury unless you got a business purpose for it where you can write it off. But it's the biggest thing we've gone to is 32 inches because it fits in the entertainment center in California. When I picked up my Dell monitor here, it's a Dell computer monitor, 32 inch. I got a 32 inch Hisense right next to it. And the Hisense I paid $10 less than I paid for the $109 I paid for the Dell one years ago when it was on sale. So going out to the movies, it's like, hey, we got 32-inch monitors. My wife and I can snuggle up fairly close to the TV. It's like being in the theater, and it's like, wow, And that's all I'm going to talk about, snuggling up in front of the TV. Partying. And I beat on my nieces and nephews about this. Some of them are finally pulling their heads out of their butts, realizing how much they're spending on partying and how they could be spending that money elsewhere. And sometimes it's just going out every Saturday night with the friends and stuff, and getting drunk or whatever they're doing. Just tell them, hey, cut it back. Along the same lines, it's just spending money on getting drunk on alcohol on the weekends. Why? Is your life that bad? Maybe you need to not, instead of spending money on the alcohol, change your life up, do something more interesting, and change your life up so you can, you don't need it. Now, some people are going to get mad at me. Tobacco. My dad started smoking when he was 8 years old. That would have been 1938, in the middle of the Depression. He was running a gas station down there in Indio, California, that the family owned. It was like, and he was hooked on it. And when he started having grandkids, he was just complaining to us, and neither one of his sons smoked, so nobody smoked, but and he started, and when his grandsons got old enough, he started harping on him, don't you ever start using tobacco, and he'd tell him his story and how he had cancer, and he went through chemo, and they got rid of it out of his lungs, and then it came back up in his liver, and he went through chemo again, and he finally went to his brain, and that's what killed him. Here's one everybody's going to scream at me at. Coffee. Who goes out to Starbucks coffee or to one of these specialty coffee shops and spends a crap load of money at a coffee shop?
You mean $7 for a mocha latte frappe something? That's too much money.
With extra cream.
Yeah.
My grandmother drank coffee. She exactly, Brenda, exactly. It's for municipal purposes, not drinking all the time. Hey, Moon over Miami, how's it going? Shut it down. No attacking coffee. All right, check off. My grandmother in the 60s, because I was born in 57 and I don't remember the 50s at all. Hey, Lewis. Lewis is up here to defend coffee.
Oh, no, I'm not.
No, okay. In the 60s, my grandmother drank coffee. She drank Folgers instant freeze-dried coffee. And she bought it when it was on sale. And I think she drank probably, trying to remember here. I think she probably drank maybe 4 cups after she was retired. 4 cups a day. That's what I think that was about all she was drinking. On cigarettes, on the other hand, she said was her problem. She smoked too much. She smoked like a freight train going up a hill. And she said, she wished she'd never started smoking.
Oh, you were talking about the high-priced coffees.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I came up. $5 for a coffee.
Yeah. Well, shoot, I got to pull it up. Hang on. Let me go here. I got to look this up here just for. Okay, here we go. All right. Here we go. Oh, this came up interesting. It came up with more than I thought I was going to come up with here. Starbucks, most expensive coffee. Let's see here. Come on, it's going through fluff stories. $13.90 per order for the Hocus Pocus.
Is that going to keep me up for the next 5 days?
No, it's a Halloween special one, and I'm not sure what's in it.
Ooh, pumpkin spice.
Oh yeah, the churro frappuccino, $10.25. Let's see here. Come on. They're talking about, $11 for the Betty White Frappuccino. Fall in a Cup Frappuccino, $11.60. Shoot, for these prices, $11.60, you can buy the basic prepper level channel membership for an entire friggin' year here on my channel for $11.60 for the 1 cup of coffee. Got another the candy apple is $10.85. The mocha cookie crumble is $10 plus, depending what all you get added to it. Some other $10 pluses. So it's like, crap. What do you need all that for? Tammy Harder, welcome in. Prepping to Endure, welcome. Who else did I miss while I was off on the other page there looking at stuff? Okay, so coffee. If you absolutely need your coffee, get yourself set on the cheaper stuff. And where's the one from comment that's put up there by? Okay, freeze-dried instant coffee, but he put another one up here. All right. Likes his coffee strong and bitter.
That's good.
All right, and if you're going to do that, if you there is somebody up here in northern Idaho that actually has figured out has a greenhouse where they're growing coffee. You know, you can grow coffee. You know, once you have the plants, but then think of it this way: once you have enough coffee for yourself and your coffee bushes, trees, whatever they're called, are producing more coffee than you're using, then you got a source of income. Let's see. All right. Next one. Oh, wrong way. Other vices. What other vices could you have? We've talked alcohol, tobacco, coffee, gambling,
Buying guns.
Buying guns. Yeah, well, that's up there. Guns is up there.
That's way up there. What a coffee.
All right. Ladies, don't take offense to this. I'm going to channel Larry the Cable Guy. Me and the guys are going out to the titty bar here every weekend. Why? If I ever went to one once and the staff sergeant found out about it, she'd be up here running all the live streams and videos from now on, because I'd be 6. After I got run through the wood chipper, fed to the hogs, and then buried. Of course, there is nothing that would make me want to go there because I got a fantastic wife. Those of you seen her in the videos know what I'm talking about. So, you know, there, you know, and some people are. I know someone whose vice, their vice is cars.
I was just going to say that.
They got like 8 cars from back in the 60s, fixed up, hopped up, you know, road racers. And it's like, how many of these cars can you drive at once? Oh, I take them out once a month. Mm-hmm.
I need that new set of headers, and I need those new wheels. And ooh, look at those cross-drilled brake drums and rotors. And oh, I need to paint this. And yeah, that's fine if you got that kind of money. But
yeah, I know. The one car he had, he put triple deuces on. He spent more for the intake manifold and the triple deuces than I ever thought of spending on the most expensive gun, even just drooling on it, not even really thinking about buying it.
I put a V8 in a Pinto back in the day, but I didn't do much more than whatever we put into it, and that was it.
Yeah. All right, next one here. Oh, wrong way again. All right, so what else is not beneficial to your survival? If you're thinking about your survival, not just your survival, if you're thinking about thriving in an SHTF, Milwaukee, world without the rule of law situation, if you want to thrive, what should you be spending your money on? What should you be spending your time on? What should you be doing that is necessary for you to be where you want to be?
Things that'll last you a very long time and are functional.
Yeah. One of the things my son and I are talking together about, and one of these days we're gonna pull the pin on it, and we're going to buy a reloading machine that'll handle all the types of ammunition we have that we can do. All right, so getting suggestions in here quite a bit. Uncle Lalo's firing them out. Now Utah Mike's firing Learn to Cook. So what should you be buying to spend your money on? All right, I'm going to pick on some stuff here. Do you really need to get that latest Teflon coated cookware set rather than a cast iron cookware set? Where the cast iron does not put all the chemicals that come off the Teflon into your body. And the cast iron, you can cook on a fire outdoor, on a fire pit outdoors where you can't without ruining those aluminum frying pans with the Teflon coating in them. Hey, Shawnee, how's it going?
Hey, so one of my kids has a parrot or two or three, I forget how many, and will not cook on any nonstick. And there's a reason, because if that nonstick coating, Teflon, whatever it is, gets a little too hot, the bird dies. Well, what do you think that's doing to us? She cooks on nothing but cast iron.
Yeah. Yeah. And they have cast iron that comes with the enamel coating on it. And some you can even get, it's very expensive, that has a ceramic coating on it. Oh, wow. That's even, it's like, the inside's coated with ceramic and the outside is cast iron. It's like,
yeah.
I mean, you can't get better than that because, that ceramic is almost non-stick by itself the way it is.
Yeah, I was thinking for maybe like the Dutch ovens, right? If it's got the ceramic or something on the inside and then the cast iron on the outside for the fire, right?
Yeah. All right, Uncle Al, see you later.
Hey, you were talking about fads earlier there. I see it listed. So one of the bigger fads I always see is a bug out bag. Got to have a bug out bag. And I got this bug out bag and buy this and all these things in there. Well, where are you going to bug out to? And I understand a first aid kit and basic stuff in there, but everybody wants to have a bug out bag. Well, where are you going to go? What are you going to do? How are you going to act? That dictates what you might need in your bug out bag and how long you're going to be gone for. So what are you going to put in it?
Yeah. And that's one of the things that, all right, I counted, back several years back, I counted all the different types of bags people were saying you need to have. You need to have an inch bag. You need to have a bug out bag. You need to have this bag. You need to have that bag. And there was, I think I came up with like 16 different types of bags. If I had 16 different types of bags, when they said you couldn't use one bag for multiple things, you had to have them packed in because they're different events. So you got different things you're doing. So you can't use the same bag for different things. Like bullpucky. Let's see. What bags do I have? I have a get home bag in my truck. I got a first aid kit. I got a vehicle kit, not a bag, a vehicle kit for the vehicle, not for me, for the vehicle. Air pump, tire repair kit, tools, stuff for the vehicle, extra fuses and stuff. Stuff for the vehicle, not for me. My get home bag. That's what it was. What do you need? You bug out. I'm where I'm bugging out too. My wife and sons will be bugging out to here. And if for some reason the bombs start falling here, it's like, crap. All right, fine. Oh, if I have enough warning to get out of the area before the bombs hit, I can grab a couple of the those 27-gallon totes, which are loaded with winter clothes and other stuff that we change out stuff. Throw a bunch of them in the back of the truck, and I'm gone. And then they go, well, what happens if your truck runs out of gas? Well, then if it runs out of gas, I'm 300 miles away from where I am here, so I've bugged out far enough.
Yeah, depending on where you live too, right? If you got 4 seasons, right? Your bug out stuff might be a little bit different in the winter than it might be in the middle of the summer.
Yeah, and so it's like I have the get home bag to get me home, and okay, hang on, yeah, exactly, Wayne. They're the only ones that make sense. If I got to bug out, and all the roads are closed, it ain't gonna be a bug out bag. It's gonna be my backpacking pack from Scouts, where I can go, where I know I have the enough gear in there and stuff to survive for 2 weeks out there hiking. So yeah, it's to me, that's things. Now, Mark, earlier you said, people wondering about what they're preparing for.
Yeah, it could be, are you preparing for a financial collapse, a nuclear bomb, an earthquake, hurricane? Depends on where you live. You got to sort of try to narrow it down and just to the real basics. If I got to leave my house, what am I taking with? And why am I leaving? And am I leaving behind a ton of stuff that somebody else is going to go in and get? Where are you going? Yeah. There's so many questions, and every channel out there tries to answer those for you. And, you need this and this and this, and buy my stuff. It's like, no, figure out.
Don't buy anybody's stuff. All right, here. When I worked at Homeland Security, my job was to make plans. The first plan we made was called the base plan. And it covered the basics. It covered, what you need. You need food, water, first aid, communications, and they had a communications addendum plan in it. They had, all these ones. Then it wasn't preparing for any specific event. It was a base plan. This is your bottom of your pyramid. Oh, all right. Now we have wildfires. Okay, so we had a tactical response plan for wildfires. We had a tactical response plan for earthquakes. We had a tactical response plan for hurricanes. We had a tactical response plan for tornadoes. We had a tactical response plans for a terrorist event. We had tactical response plans for hijackings, buses, planes, trains, cruise ships. So we covered, and I actually wrote over 43 tactical response plans that were for a specific event, and they had certain things listed in them that were built upon having the base plan first. Other supplies and stuff. Oh, you're worrying about an NBC event. Well, you're still going to have all your food and stuff in the base plan. You're just going to have all your gear, your NBC gear and stuff, and all that, everything you're going to need for that, iodine and all the other fun stuff in your tactical response plan for an NBC event. So if you're in an area where, Idaho, let's see, I don't get tornadoes here hardly ever. There's never, ever in the 100 and some odd years history of the town of Basalt been a tornado near here. 50 miles up the road and east of it, out in the flatlands, yes, they had one out there. So I don't really need to worry about tornadoes. Hurricanes. Wow. I'm, at 900 miles from the nearest ocean. I don't got to worry about a hurricane. Train hijacking. I don't ride the train much. You know, they might hijack one of the freight trains going by here, but the trains go by so seldom, I don't have to worry about a hijacked train running into another train because they're going to know about it. They're going to get the other trains off on the sidelines, and they're going to take care of it someplace else. Buses, like Continental Trailways, Greyhound, whatever, don't come by here. I don't have to worry about a hijacking on a bus here. What about tsunamis? Well, for a tsunami from 900 miles away to get to me, first it's got to make it over the Pacific the Pacific Crest Mountains on the shoreline that Highway 1 winds through and stuff. Then it's got to fill up the Central Valley. Then it's got to get up over the Sierra Madres. You know, you're talking 7,000 foot up. It's got to get over that. Then after it gets over that, it's got to fill up all of Nevada, all the flatlands of Nevada. And there are several mountain ranges in Nevada. It's got to go up and over. Then it's got to come up through the mountains in Idaho to get up to me.
And if it's that big, you better have the Starship Enterprise on call.
Yeah.
If it's that big, I'm going to need to bug out to Cheyenne Mountain and get in there before they button it up, and hope that that after the water washes back away, that the air vents and some of the entrances are able to be opened up.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be okay if it was tsunami came.
Yeah,
about around 1,500 feet up in elevation from sea level. So
yeah. So let's see what other ones can I think of? Oh, wildfires. Ooh, wildfires. Okay, I'm up here in farmlands. It's we got the Snake River a quarter mile to the west of us. We got farmlands all over the place, and they all got irrigation sprinklers on. And if a wildfire starts coming down towards the area, they're going to turn on the pumps and wet down all the the potato tops, which are still still green potatoes when they harvest it. Same thing with the sugar beets. Oh, the alfalfa and the hay. That might be the only thing might burn, and they just stop the fire that way. But it ain't going to get to us because the couple of ones around town, around the city here, don't grow alfalfa. It's the ones the next mile out that starts growing the alfalfa. So don't have to worry too much about wildfires. And we got the smallest allowed city plot is half an acre. Most of them are an acre. So the buildings aren't close enough to, if one catches on fire, the next one's going to catch it. The next one's let's see. Hailstorms. Yeah, we get hailstorms up here. So
yeah.
I've taken care of the supplies and stuff I need in case it hails hard enough to break the windows. And they are double pane windows, so it's got to break the outer window and the inner window.
Yeah. They're not too frequent up here where I am, but it's been known to happen.
Yeah. Snowstorms. Yeah. Okay. I got so long as I can get the power is up now. They got all those wind turbines in. We have less power outages here. But then I also have plenty of bottles of propane and a generator that runs on propane or gasoline. I got 10 5-gallon things of gas that I rotate through on my truck. Let's see what else. All right, Wayne, have a good night. Let's see what else we got here. So I got 2 snow blowers that I can run off the generator. Oh, wait a minute. I got my tractor. And I got 10 tanks. I can fill my tank, the tractor tank up 10 times with the diesel fuel I got stored here. So I can go out there and I can just push snow out of the way if I need to, or I just, oh, okay, I'm going to hunker down here for the next 3 months and wait till the storm's over, because I got the food, I got the supplies, I got everything else I need.
Yeah.
Freezing rain, good one, Uncle Al. Oh, when it's right now with this with my Toyota truck here, that if you spit on the road in front of me and I drive over it, I'll hydroplane. Yes, I hate the Toyota Tundra when it rains. I don't drive it if it's raining. I don't drive it when it's snowing. I try, it's like, okay, I'm not going out until the freezing rain is gone. But some people have to go to work. All right, other things, earthquakes. Yes, we get earthquakes up here, and of course, all of my stuff here is all my shelves and stuff are secured to the walls. The refrigerators have blocks under the wheel so they won't slide out away from it. It's got a strap on the top to hold it back. I got chest freezers, not upright freezers, just for that reason, because chest freezers, they may move around a little bit, but they're not going to fall over like a filing cabinet. Filing cabinets we have are 2-drawer. They're short. The water heater is double strapped in a little closet it barely fits into. The one in California, I built it in a little closet with solid wooden half cutouts in the back, and it's strapped back to those, so that thing ain't going to move if an atomic bomb goes off. Oh, so you look at all the events possible that could happen, and you plan for those. Now, do you just start planning for, oh, well, it's possible we're going to get a bad hailstorm here? No, that's probably way down the list of the ones I'm going to plan for. I'm going to plan for, a snowstorm. I'm going to plan for earthquake, because earthquakes happen up here in Idaho. I'm going to plan for, the different things that do happen all the time. I'm going to plan for those events, and then I'm going to start planning for the ones that happen less frequently, but still happen. And then once I get those out of the way, then it's the ones, well, we're in an area where this could happen. It hasn't happened, but this could happen in this area. So I can plan for that. And generally, by the time I get to that point, my other plans between the different ones cover what is needed for that plan.
Yeah.
So that's what's good about having multiple plans and things like that. Communications. Oh, the phone lines go out. Well, we don't have phone lines in here. All we have is cell phones. Cell tower goes down. Oh, not a problem. If I need to contact my wife in California, up goes the ham radio antenna, set it up, and I start doing relay back to California. Oh, any wild animals of concern? Yes, we have some cougars around here. They're generally in the shrub and trees down along the Snake River. But when they come into town, everybody lets everybody knows, hey, cougar was spotted. We got footprints. Some of our chickens disappeared last night. Cougar footprints. And people go out hunting cougars, because once the cougar kills an animal in the city limits, it's open season on that cougar. Moose, we do get moose coming in, but everybody just kind of leaves the moose alone, and they just kind of watch it. And you probably get one moose a year that comes through, wanders through, looks around. Oh, okay, I'm out of here. And they're here no more than 2 or 3 days, wandering around eating people's lawns, and wander off.
Yeah, the biggest thing here is coyotes and deer.
Deer, we don't look at as a something to be concerned of, other than them eating the apples off the tree, eating the berry bushes and stuff, because, hey, that means they know there's food here, and if things get bad. PETA was trying to block me there and froze me. And they don't want us to get, if things get really bad, it's like, oh, we know the deer come in after the apples on our apple tree. We just won't pick all the apples, or we'll lay a bunch on the ground and we'll wait for the deer to come in, and then we got meat. Rattlesnakes, no, too cold for rattlesnakes. The only snakes around here are garter snakes, and that's when they able to dig in, to go down underneath someone's foundation and get underneath their house and set up a little nut nest under the house or under a good concrete slab garage where the garage is kept warm, and they get under there and they can stay there for the winter. But no rattlesnakes up here.
Pennsylvania has a 24/7, 365 no bag limit on coyotes.
Same thing with Arizona, northern Arizona, Coconino County. You'll love this.
About it.
Yeah, you'll love this. 1970s. The teachers at the high school were taking students out to go hunting coyotes.
Nice.
The students all had their rifles in the back of their trucks at the high school. Nobody ever got shot. Nobody. If there was somebody getting in a fight, it was out back behind the gym.
That's because they didn't have those rogue guns that went out and just did their own business.
That's because everybody got an ass whooping after the fight too by their parents.
I have one neighbor that told me, he's like, I have coyotes. I know I do. I've seen them on camera. He's like, you shoot one, call me. He's like, I'll come get it. I have my trapper's license. I can skin it and sell the fur. I'm like, knock yourself out. I'll call you.
Yeah. There was a 25 back in 1974. There was a $25 bounty on every coyote pelt there in Coconino County. Yeah, $25 in 1975 or 74, 73. All that, yeah. Everybody. Oh, coyotes are out.
Right, coyotes are open season here.
We're going over here. We're going to go over there. We're going to go over here. We're going to go over there. And up there in the high plateau of the Kaibab Plateau, you would hear the calls. I don't know if I can do it here again. It's been a while. And the coyotes come running to that because they think it's a rabbit caught, a rabbit in distress. And let's see, squirrels. Squirrels are a nuisance, and they're open season anytime we want them. In town, we use pellet guns.
Yeah, for sure. Pellet guns, they're the best.
But animals, like I said, they're not. The only one that we really fear around here is the cougars. And once they're known about, people going out, groups of people are going out night and day looking for them. Let's see. Yeah, so you figure out you do your base plan first. Your base plan is going to include the things you need to survive. Okay, so I got pressure canners, canning jars, water bath canners, plenty of seeds, garden tools, first aid, advanced first aid kits, wilderness first aid kit, all over-counter medicines, extra clothing, food storage, extra boots, long johns, winter clothes, summer clothes, everything I'm going to need to survive.
How long are you surviving for, and where?
Right now, I probably got about 5 years worth of food here, and I'm up in.
That was rhetorical. Not.
Okay.
Like I have to leave. What do I bring with me? I'm not bringing my canning jars and canners with me. I'd rather bring my tools with me.
Well, if you have to bug out, you need to plan ahead. Where are you going to bug out to? It's like Steve at Corsair Trainers. Yeah. All right. His plan is to head to his son's place because his son is farther away from LA than he is. So he can go to the one son's place. And if he needs to go farther than that, he goes up to the other son up in Napa County, up by north of the San Francisco Bay Area. So, he has plans. Okay, I'm not bugging out to the hills. I'm bugging out to a relative or a friend's house. And like Steve says, you have your circles. Each circle's a little bit farther out. Each circle's farther out. And it's like, okay, we're going to bug out to here. Oh, wait a minute. Both of us need to bug out now. Now we're going to go out to here. Oh, okay. The situation's still bad. We're all going to caravan and bug out to the next one. Plans. You got to have plans. You got to communicate with those you want to plan with. You figure out where you need to go to. Communicate with those at where you need to go to, and work together in setting them up and the next ring too. If everybody cans, great. So if everybody has a pressure canner or 2 or 3, and everybody has water bath canners, 2 or 3, you don't need to take your canners with you. And also depends.
Scenarios.
Yeah, and now it depends. Is this a long-term evacuation? I think Steve's longest one was a week from the wildfires there in Southern California. And if you are evacuating with the plan on coming back, you kind of lock things down and you do the abandoned house routine where you move all the furniture out of the living room and anything you can see from the living room windows and leave the windows wide open. And it's like, oh, this house must be for sale. And if you're good, you have a for sale sign, you stick it in the front yard before you leave. And anyone going around, any looters go around, that one's for sale, it's empty. They don't even try breaking in.
Better thing to keep looters out. Open your front door and windows regardless of the time of year. Take a bunch of stuff and just throw it out the front door, scatter it around like somebody went through everything, and leave. Then people are going to walk by if they're looters and that, looking at like, oh, somebody already got that house. Let's move on to the next one.
Yeah. The other one I like is kind of cool. It's a booby trap. Only you're not spraying pepper spray at somebody. It's skunk spray. So they come up and they start messing with the front door, and if they hit the front door once, as they're running away, puking their guts out.
That'll ruin your day.
Yeah.
Yep, checked off. Very good. All right, Brenda left. Yep. Okay, missed it. Yeah, Steve probably has caches along the routes he uses. But if I'm not mistaken, Steve has a trailer now. Gee, I wonder what's in that trailer. Or what I wonder when the first sign of trouble, what gets moved out of the garage into the trailer. And that's the thing too. If you happen to have like a travel trailer, for a camping trailer, do you keep stuff in there? Stuff that be kept in there, not have to worry about the heat. Do you have a drivable RV to do your evacuation in? Do you have just cargo trailers to have a bunch of stuff you can just start, all right, guys, we got 15 minutes to load the trailer.
Exactly.
And here's one of the things where I differ from a lot of people. Homesteaders. Let me see if I can hang on. Brand. I'm going to try to throw it up here behind us here. There we go. So you see the jars on the shelf, just sitting loose on the shelf. We don't do that. I have all my mom's and grandmother's boxes that the jars came in. And when those boxes are full, and if they're already jars we've picked up, like the latest jars we got that were the latest ball and curd jars that are in those flimsy half boxes this tall and has the vacuum seal plastic crap on them. Well, guess what we pick up from Sam's Club and Costco? Big, heavy-duty vegetable produce boxes that we can stack all the jars in, froze, and we take other ones and cut them up and make the crisscross, pack dividers and put it in there so the jars are in there. They're protected from rattling around, and we can pick that whole case up at one time, carry it out, pack it in the trailer. The next box up, pack it in the trailer.
Yeah.
That's why I bought a freeze dryer. That quart jar of tomatoes now weighs less than an ounce. I just need water. You always need water.
Yeah. And that's one of the things that once my wife retires up here, we will start. A friend of ours over here has a couple of freeze dryers. They said we can test out to figure if we want to buy one, and we'll spend one summer freeze drying, and we'll probably get a freeze dryer, and then we will freeze dry the tomato sauces. We'll freeze dry the hamburger. We'll freeze dry the steak. We'll freeze dry the apples, the apricots, the peaches. We will freeze dry the orange juice. We will freeze dry the grapes. We will freeze dry everything we can so that the amount we have in jars is down to 1 year's supply. And what we have freeze dried, 5 or 6 years, 8 years, whatever,
25.
as we go along.
Depends on what it is. We'll talk about that. I'll give you the tips.
But right now, I mean, my wife's been canning stuff there. We probably have enough canning jars for my wife and I, our 2 boys, to do meals for all of us, to can the meals and can them in the jars and have them on the shelf. Probably 3.5 years worth. And then we got all the bags of wheat, all the bags of rice, all the bags of pinto beans, all the bags of kidney beans, and that's just scratching it. And these are 50-pound bags. These aren't the little 1 pound or 2 pound bags from Wally World. But how long have we been working at this? Well, let's see. My parents started bought a year's worth supply of freeze-dried food in 1971, which we have. My wife and I have been buying. Every now and then we'll buy some of the number 10 cans from Emergency Essentials, or just lost the name of the other one. Mountain House. And then there's the other, can't think of the name of the company right now that deals with emergency essentials and stuff, but has their own stuff set up. But we have, we got, probably since my wife and I got married, we've added freeze-dried number 10 cans, probably 9 months worth. But we buy stuff for long-term stuff, and we have enough to say, all right, we need to start gardening. We can live several years without the garden producing.
Yeah,
but we're going to be gardening from day one, which means we're going to be canning and freezing and stuff. That's too. We got I got 2 chest freezers here full. My wife has an upright and a chest freezer in California full. My daughter has 2 chest freezers and an upright freezer over there full.
Yeah, I got 2 chest freezers full too, and
generators.
Yeah, and generators, and 2 of them, and a bedroom that might be like 15 by 20.
Mm-hmm.
That's got shelves in there with food right now.
Ooh, okay. What I like about out here in the West, There's a store called Winco, and it actually the founder says it stands for Winning Company. They have expanded into Washington, Idaho, Nevada, California, and Oregon. Everyone thinks, oh, well, that's what Winco stands for. No, that's just the 5 states they've gone into, and they're going to be expanding into Arizona, Utah, and Montana here sometime soon. They're expanding. I can go into the Winco up here in Idaho Falls, and I can get a box of 10 pounds of pasta in it for less than 10.
And you froze.
That's 10 pounds of extra wide egg noodles, elbow macaroni, straight macaroni, rotelli, spaghetti. Yeah. And let's see. Oh wow! So I got pasta, and they even got the small pasta stuff like they put into rice-a-roni. So I got pasta, I got rice, I got tomato sauces. Hey, I can make a whole bunch of different rice-a-roni dinners from scratch.
Hey, just remember, if you have canned goods and you need to survive for a week or two and you have no power, no water, whatever, don't drain the juice out and dump it down the drain. It's water. It's got flavor and nutrients. Cook your rice. If you're going to strain a can of peas out, use that water to cook your rice and throw your peas in it. Keep the water. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. You can drink it if you need to. There's nutrients in there.
Yeah. And if you have like the canned beef or the canned chicken, it says canned in broth.
Sure.
Yeah, that works. That makes some really tasty rice, especially if you have the like you take the chicken broth from a couple cans, you do up your rice, you throw some broccoli in there, you got chicken and broccoli. Boom. Yeah.
Boom.
And anything that's canned in a metal can or our own personal canned, it's cooked.
Yeah.
You can eat it cold out of the jar or the can. Just open a can or open a jar. Eat it.
Yeah.
It's cold. It may not taste the way you like it, but there's nothing wrong with it. It's cooked.
Hey, at Scout Camp, I've eaten many a can of cold chili.
I've eaten my share of Chef Boyardee cold out of the can.
That too.
I won't eat it anymore, but it's good.
Of course, when I was Scoutmaster, some of my scouts got on this kick. We went to Scout Camp, and they all bought a bunch of top ramen, and they're walking around, eating the uncooked, the dry noodles. They got their canteens of water. The North Fork of the Stanislaus River flows right through the Scout Camp, so they just go over and fill up with water. But they're out there just having a grand old time, and it's like.
I think ramen noodles have negative calories.
And what's funny is after they get done eating the ramen stuff, I mean the noodles and stuff, they open up the spice packet. Hey, if they can take it, they can take it. Of course, as kids, my brother and I used to break into the one kitchen cabinet where my mom and grandmother had the little cubes of beef and chicken bouillon cubes.
No,
and
cubes.
We'd take a couple of those and pop it in our mouth and go walking around for a while. And after about 10 minutes, we'd go to the garden hose, drink a little water. Okay, I'm good.
It makes the soup in your stomach. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. What did I miss here? I just forgot I was off there. Ramen certainly has sodium in it. Yeah, it does. Weiler cubes. Okay.
Skinner Farms in the military ate a lot of cold food. Yeah. I can. My dad would attest to that.
Never did try that one though. Never did try the dry Jello. Vermicelli pasta. Yeah, I think long skinny pasta. Let's see. Augustin. Oh, we do have some Augustin Farm stuff as well. Thrive Life. Thrive Life is the some of the other stuff we stocked up on. My wife got a couple things of the Wise Food stuff. We've thrown them out because they were not. Uncle Al and I did a couple live streams on it, and that stuff, it was just going bad in the can. They weren't processing it right. All right, what else we got here? Oh, Josh is getting a freeze dryer. Woohoo!
Yeah, Josh.
All right, and we got Uncle. Oh, we got CR feeling hungry, even though he ate beforehand. Remember, folks, if you use wasp spray on someone breaking into your house or threatening you, I thought it was hairspray. I was so scared. He was coming at me. I just grabbed the first can. I thought I was hairspray. I just sprayed it. I'm trying to chase him off. I didn't mean to hurt him.
And now he's dead.
No, now he's in intensive care because he's inhaled the stuff and he's having reactions to the stuff. And after he gets out of intensive care, he's going to stand trial.
Yeah, but he's going to sue you anyway.
Well, see, that's why you make a big scene, dramatic scene of scared, being total frightened and just total in a panic to the police, because they're going to record it now. It's going to be on body cam. And you go to court, you countersue him for 3 times what he's suing you for.
I thought it was whipped cream. I just wanted to block his eyes so he couldn't see me so I could get away.
No, not whipped cream. I thought it was a can of shaving cream.
Shaving cream, yeah. I'm sorry, shaving cream, yeah. He was a little scraggly. He needed a shave.
Be careful of Aquanet, though. Aquanet is a nasty tool. Back in the day, we used to teach the women in the self-defense course to have a Zippo lighter
and a can of Aquanet.
Oh man, you set somebody on fire. It looks like they've been put on fire by the FX department of the motion picture studio. It's like, whoa, that looks like Richard Pryor running down the street.
Just don't ask Siri when you're done. Where's a good place to hide a body?
Yeah, spray paint's the other one too. Spray paint really can blind. You can temporarily blind them. But yeah. And speaking of which, we're talking about the hairsprays. Do you have plenty of hairspray in your supplies? Do you have plenty of wasp spray? Do you have plenty of spray paint? Because you never can tell when your vehicle, after SHTF, when the vehicle you're going to get scratched up and you want to spray it to keep it from the fender from rusting off.
Yeah,
farm tractor. Who cares what it looks like? You're gonna be spraying it camouflage anyways if you're out and about anyways. So you want to make sure you have good spray paint to cover up scratches, dings, and stop rust.
Yeah, especially if you're in the northern states.
Yeah, and I really missed when they changed the formula on the old Krylon primer. It used to have fish oil in it. The gray primer. Oh, that was excellent for stopping rust.
Or a good Halon old school fire extinguisher.
Yeah. Yeah, the I'm not. They've changed to propellant in WD-40. Back when I was working at a construction company, the propellant was propane. It was great for starting diesel trucks because the liquid was combustible, the propane was combustible, it was flammable, but it worked. It wasn't like putting gasoline in the engine, but it would start an ice cold engine, a diesel engine. It'd start it up. Yeah, there were more than a few big hair, the beehive hairdos that were put up with Aquanet. Woo! Yeah, there were more than a few in the emergency room. Yeah. But okay, I hope I gave everybody here thoughtful information and got you guys thinking of things you need to do. Um, you know, ways, are you really prepared to do what's necessary to get prepared for normal everyday emergencies, life-altering events, SHTF, Kawaki? I'm going up this chain there. Normal everyday version, car accidents, death in the family, wildfires, earthquakes,
Snowstorm.
tornadoes, hurricanes, upwards to the SHTF and the Kawaki.
What about if I have to leave and go away because, say, tsunami's coming? We have a little bit of warning. What about my pets? Dogs, cats are okay. What about like birds and things that? Yeah, that's
a whole other thing, and
you have to decide what am I willing to do.
Yeah, and that is where a travel trailer comes in handy, because not only can you throw a whole bunch of food, you already have clothes in the travel trailer.
Chuck your pets in there. Shut the door.
You should have freeze-dried food in the travel trailer. Oh, dogs in the back bedroom, but then I get the dogs in there. Toss your red and black or yellow and black totes, in there. Load up really quick, hook up, and go. Yeah, pets is another topic. And I've talked about it a couple times. Do I have that here? Crapper. I got it on one of my external drives. I can't show you. My son, for his Eagle Scout project, put together kits for the Contra Costa Animal Services Department, because they did what was called stand down for homeless veterans. And a lot of homeless veterans have animals. And so they put together kits for both the veteran and the animal, that for the Contra Costa Animal Services to give out at these stand down events, where they brought in vets, they brought in doctors for the veterans. So you have veterinarians for the animals, doctors for the people. And so his thing, he was supposed to get, put together 35 kits, including, and there's blankets, flea collars, all this, tons of stuff. He actually put together twice as many kits as they needed, or as what they requested, and they needed all the kits. So, but yeah, that was his stuff. So there's, so I can talk about that as well. Yeah, Kaylin, it's green. No need to change that. Except you may want to get some some light and dark brown spray paint if you need to hide it in the bushes, make it look more like a bush. Yeah. Stand down events. If you have a good animal service in that county, they get involved. The animal services for Contra Costa County was the first county in the United States to have a animal class like CERT, the Community Emergency Response Team. They were the first ones to have the animal module added to the CERT class, and then have a 40-hour CART class for people, volunteers to work at the shelters and the temporary shelters as well. that are set up near the people shelters. So they had people shelters, animal shelter right next to it, portable ones. And they were the first ones to do it. And I worked with, dang, her name just went out of my head here. Crud, hang on. I got to get this. Sorry, I got to contacts. Where's her name? Dang it, I didn't put it into the new phone, did I? Dang it, dang it, dang it. Dang. I got her in my email, but I have to find it. Anyways, she was the public relations instructor and everything else. Together, we put together the wrote the CERT program for the cart and for the module that went into the CERT program. So, yeah, animals really screw me up. I had a dog. Dog got hit by a speeder that was doing 65 in a 35, and hit my dog, hit another neighbor's dog down the street, and then hit the cow that was crossing the road. So, yeah, I do not have pets anymore. It just, yeah. Anyways, all right. So, does anybody have any questions about anything we talked about tonight before I wrap this up? Get that stuff there down. Oh, Idaho Garden Girl put out a video tonight, a mail call. And let's see here. Let me get this up here. Looking to see if any questions pop up here while I get stuff ready over here. All right. So we are, get back up here to the top. Okay. All right. I don't see any questions, so I'm going to start on what's coming up here. What's coming up? Thursday night is the midnight ride here on Gray Man Prepping. Going to be open talk, open chat. I think I got like 5 news articles so far in the folder. Let's see here, patch. No, I picked up more than that. Most of them are about the storms and stuff in California, but there are a couple interesting ones. The one threw me for a loop, and you'll want to hear that one come Thursday night. But then Friday on Camp Patton Family Compound, the topic is going to be electric fences. Wait a minute, family compound, homesteading. We're talking animal electric fences. Saturday survival. Ladies, you're going to love this one. The topic is life is hard, woman up. And yes, that came from Big Hero 6. Thank you, Disney. Monday is we're going to talk about canning bread and cakes and brownies and jars.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. Next Tuesday, when bullets run out. Okay, so that's what the topic is next Tuesday. We're working. Dr. Paula and I are working for one in April. We're trying to get Dr. Jack Wolfson, the heart doctor, in here, and we're going to be talking about diet and specifically what the happened in Britain with a little test they did over there for 30 days, where a lot of people got bad problems. And we have other things coming up here. We have some other ones: daily grocery versus monthly staples, and that was suggested by Don at WD Glock and Roll. That one's coming up. Security cameras. That one's a request by Dr. Paula. We got canning dairy, and this one came from Steve. Was kind of suggested by Steve. away from home disasters. Oh, you're not bugging out. You're away from home, and the disaster hits. So those are some things coming up here in the future. All right. All righty, folks. I want to thank Mark and Lewis for coming up here and helping out here. I want to thank everybody in the side chat for their comments and putting stuff in. And for those that checked in and said lurking and letting us know that they were lurking. And let's see here. Oh, yeah. Stay happy no matter what life throws at you. Stay safe. Don't go out and do anything foolish. Keep adding to your preps. Water is number 1. Food is number 2. Medicine is number 3. Throw some clothing in there. Learn a new skill. And plant an indoor garden if you can, even if it's in a 5-gallon bucket. And I'm going to show you guys something here real quick because I want to get here.
Don't forget shelter and security.
Yeah, there we go. Pull this over here. Go to the website so I can do this right. There we go. Gray busage. Okay. Find something else here. Gray busing tray, restaurant bus trays. There we go. Price has gone up a little bit, but still not that much. I got a bunch of these busing trays from Sam's Club, and they hold about 5 gallons of dirt, 4.5 gallons of dirt, soil, and I'm using them to grow cabbage and lettuce in. And so they're nice and easy, something simple. You can put it over by a window. You can clamp some grow lights, little work lights with the domes on it. Put a grow light in there, and there you're ready to go. So it's easy to grow something in the wintertime. All right, everyone. Hopefully I'll see you Thursday. Well, those of you that are still here late night, because it starts at this time on Thursday night for the midnight ride. And hope we'll see you there or on Camp Patton Family Compound for Friday night on the homestead. Stay safe and take care, everyone.
Thanks,
Have a good night.